This recording is published by Langogh, 2025. This recording is copyright. This is the IELTS Listening Test. You will hear a number of different recordings and you will have to answer questions on what you hear. There will be time for you to read the instructions and questions and you will have a chance to check your work. All the recordings will be played once only. You will hear a conversation between two people. You will be asked to answer questions based on the conversation. You will have 30 seconds to read the questions before the recording begins. Now listen carefully and answer questions.
Good afternoon. Thank you for calling Sterling Solutions. This is Rebecca Thompson from Human Resources. How may I assist you today?
Hello, Rebecca. My name is Sarah Mitchell. I'm calling regarding the position I saw advertised on your website. I submitted my application online last week and wanted to follow up.
Thank you for your interest, Sarah. Let me pull up your application. Could you remind me which position you applied for? We currently have several openings.
Yes, of course. I applied for the marketing manager position that was posted on the 15th of last month.
Excellent. I have your file here. The marketing manager role is indeed still open, and I can see you have quite an impressive background. Before we proceed, let me go over some key details about the position to ensure it aligns with your expectations.
That would be very helpful. Thank you. I'd like to know more about what the role entails.
Certainly. The marketing manager position involves overseeing our digital marketing campaigns, managing a team of 5 marketing specialists, and developing strategic plans for brand expansion. The role also requires close collaboration with our sales department.
That sounds very much in line with what I'm looking for. What are the essential qualifications you're seeking for this role?
We're looking for candidates with at least 5 years of experience in marketing management, preferably in the technology sector. You'll also need demonstrated expertise in digital marketing platforms and team leadership.
I have 6 years of experience in marketing, including 3 years specifically in management roles within tech companies, so that should meet your requirements.
That's perfect, Sarah. Your experience definitely matches what we're looking for. Now, let me tell you about the working arrangements. This is a full-time position with standard office hours.
What exactly will the weekly schedule look like? I want to make sure I understand the time commitment.
The position requires 40 hours per week, typically Monday through Friday from 9 in the morning until 5:30 in the evening. We do offer some flexibility for remote work, usually 1 or 2 days per week after the initial training period.
That sounds quite reasonable. The remote work option is definitely attractive. Can you tell me about the compensation package for this position?
Of course. The annual salary for this position is £45,000, which is competitive for the industry and your level of experience. Additionally, we offer a comprehensive benefits package including health insurance, pension contributions, and performance-based bonuses.
That's within my salary expectations. Could you elaborate on the benefits package you mentioned?
Absolutely. We provide full health and dental coverage, life insurance, and a pension scheme where the company matches up to 6% of your contributions. You'll also receive 25 days of annual leave plus bank holidays.
That's quite comprehensive. When would you ideally want someone to start in this role?
We're hoping to have someone begin on September 1st, which gives us enough time to complete the interview process and allow for a reasonable notice period if you're currently employed.
September 1st works perfectly for me. I would need to give 4 weeks notice at my current position, so that timeline is ideal.
Wonderful. Now, based on your qualifications and our discussion, I'd like to move forward with scheduling an interview. Our marketing director would like to meet with promising candidates.
I'd be delighted to come in for an interview. What would be the next steps in your process?
The interview process consists of 2 stages. The first is a 1-hour meeting with myself and the marketing director to discuss your experience and approach to marketing strategy.
That makes sense. And what happens after the first interview?
If you progress to the second stage, you'll meet with our senior management team and give a short presentation on a marketing challenge we'll provide beforehand. This helps us see your strategic thinking in action.
I'm comfortable with presentations. How much notice would I have to prepare for that?
We typically provide the case study 1 week before the second interview, giving you plenty of time to prepare a thorough presentation. Most candidates spend about 3 to 4 hours preparing.
That's reasonable. I appreciate knowing what to expect. When would you like to schedule the first interview?
Let me check the calendar. We have availability next week on Tuesday afternoon or Thursday morning. Which would work better for you?
Thursday morning would be perfect. What time were you thinking?
How about 10 o'clock on Thursday? That would give us a full hour before lunch to have a thorough conversation.
10 o'clock on Thursday works excellently for my schedule. Where should I come for the interview?
Our office is located at 142 Riverside Business Park. When you arrive, check in at reception on the ground floor, and someone will escort you to our meeting room on the 3rd floor.
You will have 30 seconds to read the questions before the recording begins. Now listen carefully and answer questions.
Perfect, Sarah. Let me just confirm all the details with you. Your first interview is scheduled for Thursday morning at 10 o'clock at 142 Riverside Business Park.
Yes, I've made a note of that. Is there anything specific I should bring with me to the interview?
Please bring copies of your CV, even though we have your application on file. It's also helpful to bring a portfolio of your previous marketing campaigns if you have one available.
I do have a portfolio showcasing my recent projects. Should I bring multiple copies in case others want to review it?
That would be thoughtful. Bringing 3 copies should be sufficient as you'll be meeting with me and the marketing director. We might also have our team leader join us for part of the discussion.
Understood. You mentioned the marketing director will be there. Could you tell me their name so I can research their background?
Certainly. You'll be meeting with our marketing director, David Patterson. He's been with Sterling Solutions for 8 years and has extensive experience in the technology sector.
Thank you for that information. I'll definitely look into his professional background. What should I expect in terms of the interview format?
The interview will be fairly conversational. We'll start with some general questions about your background, then move into more specific discussions about your marketing philosophy and past campaign successes.
That sounds straightforward. Will there be any technical assessments or practical exercises during this first interview?
No technical assessments in the first round. We want to get to know you and understand your thinking process. The practical element comes in the second interview with the presentation I mentioned earlier.
Right, the presentation that requires 1 week of preparation time. Will that case study be based on a real challenge your company is facing?
Yes, it will be a genuine scenario we're currently addressing. This gives you insight into our business while allowing us to see how you approach real marketing challenges.
That's an excellent approach. It benefits both parties. How long should the presentation be?
We ask for a 20-minute presentation followed by a 10-minute question and answer session. Keep it focused on your strategic recommendations and expected outcomes.
20 minutes is a good length. Should I prepare handouts or will a slide deck be sufficient?
A slide deck is perfectly adequate. We have presentation facilities in our main conference room, and you can email your slides beforehand if you'd like us to have them loaded and ready.
That's very convenient. I'll plan to send them the evening before if I progress to that stage. Is there parking available at your office?
Yes, we have visitor parking spaces directly in front of the building. Just tell reception you're here for an interview and they'll validate your parking.
Excellent. Is the building easy to locate? Should I allow extra time for finding it?
It's quite straightforward. The business park is well signposted from the main road, and our building is the second one on the left after you enter. I'd suggest arriving 10 minutes early.
I always prefer to be early for interviews. Is there a dress code I should be aware of for the meeting?
Business professional attire is appropriate. We maintain a smart business casual environment day to day, but interviews are typically more formal.
Understood. I'll dress accordingly. After the interview process is complete, how soon can I expect to hear about a decision?
We aim to make decisions quite promptly. After your first interview, you'll hear from us within 3 business days about whether you're moving to the second round.
That's a reasonable time frame. And after the second interview with the presentation?
Final decisions typically take about 1 week, as we need to involve senior management in the approval process. We'll keep you informed throughout.
I appreciate the transparency about your timeline. Is there anything else I should prepare or any questions you'd particularly like me to consider before Thursday?
It would be helpful if you could think about specific examples of successful campaigns you've managed, particularly any that involve team leadership or digital transformation.
I have several examples that fit those criteria. I'll prepare detailed summaries of 2 or 3 key projects.
Perfect. Also, be prepared to discuss your management style and how you handle team dynamics, as the position involves supervising 5 marketing specialists.
I have plenty of experience with team management and can speak to different situations I've navigated. This has been incredibly helpful, Rebecca.
I'm glad we could cover everything today. Do you have my direct contact information in case any questions come up before Thursday?
I have the main office number. Should I contact you directly if something comes up?
Yes, you can reach me on my direct line at 0207 555 3421. I'm in the office most days between 8:30 and 5, so feel free to call if you need anything.
Thank you. I've noted that number. I'm really looking forward to Thursday's interview and the opportunity to join Sterling Solutions.
We're looking forward to meeting you as well, Sarah. Your qualifications are impressive, and this could be an excellent fit for both of us.
I certainly hope so. Thank you so much for taking the time to go through everything in detail today. It's given me a clear picture of what to expect.
You're very welcome. I'll send you a confirmation email within the next hour with all the details we discussed, including directions to our office.
That would be wonderful. I'll keep an eye out for that email and review everything carefully before Thursday.
This recording is published by Langogh, 2025. This recording is copyright. This is the IELTS Listening Test. You will hear a number of different recordings and you will have to answer questions on what you hear. There will be time for you to read the instructions and questions and you will have a chance to check your work. All the recordings will be played once only. You will hear a man or woman speaking to a group of people. You will be asked to answer questions based on the recording. You will have 30 seconds to read the questions before the recording begins. Now listen carefully and answer questions. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the grand opening of the Riverside Sports and Fitness Center. My name is Sarah, and I'm the center manager. I'm absolutely delighted to give you this tour and tell you all about what we have to offer here at our brand new facility. We've been working on this project for over 2 years, and we're incredibly proud of what we've achieved. Let me start by telling you about our main facilities. The center is spread across 3 floors, and each floor has been carefully designed to cater to different fitness needs. On the ground floor, you'll find our state-of-the-art gymnasium, which features over 150 pieces of the latest cardiovascular and strength training equipment. We've invested heavily in top-quality machines from leading manufacturers, including treadmills with interactive screens, rowing machines, cross-trainers, and a comprehensive range of free weights. The gym floor is open from 5:30 in the morning until 11 o'clock at night, 7 days a week, so you can work out whenever it suits your schedule. Adjacent to the gym, we have our dedicated spin studio, which can accommodate up to 30 participants. Spin classes have become incredibly popular over the past few years, and we run sessions throughout the day at various intensity levels. Whether you're a complete beginner or an experienced cyclist, you'll find a class that matches your fitness level. Our instructors are all certified professionals who will guide you through energizing workouts set to motivating music. Moving up to the first floor, you'll discover our swimming complex, which is truly the jewel in our crown. We have a 25-meter competition pool with 8 lanes, perfect for serious swimmers who want to train for events or simply enjoy doing laps. The water temperature is maintained at a comfortable 28 degrees Celsius. Next to the main pool, there's a small leisure pool with a gentle current feature, which is ideal for families and those who prefer a more relaxed swimming experience. We also have a hydrotherapy pool, which operates at a warm 32 degrees and is particularly beneficial for people recovering from injuries or those with arthritis and other joint conditions. The first floor also houses our spa facilities, including a sauna, steam room, and jacuzzi. These are complementary for all members' perfect weight to unwind after an intensive workout. We've created separate facilities for men and women to ensure everyone feels comfortable. Now, let me tell you about our extensive class schedule. We offer over 70 group fitness classes each week, covering everything from traditional aerobics and step classes to more contemporary options like zumba, body combat, and high-intensity interval training. Our yoga and Pilates classes have proven particularly popular during our preview sessions. These take place in our purpose-built studio on the second floor, which is beautiful natural lighting and calming decor. We run yoga classes 6 times a day, starting at 6:15 in the morning for early risers and finishing with a relaxing evening session at 7:30. For those interested in racket sports, we have 4 squash courts and 2 indoor tennis courts. These can be booked in advance through our online reservation system or at the front desk. We're also planning to introduce coaching sessions for both sports, which will begin next month. Now, regarding membership options, we designed a range of packages to suit different budgets and requirements. Our basic membership starts at £49 per month and gives you access to the gym or swimming facilities during off-peak hours, which are weekdays between 10 in the morning and 4 in the afternoon. This option is particularly popular with retired members and parents with young children. Our premium membership costs £79 per month and provides unlimited access to all facilities at any time, including all group fitness classes. Premium members also receive a 20% discount on personal training sessions and spa treatments. If you're not sure about committing to a monthly membership, we also offer a pay-as-you-go option at £12 per visit. For families, we have a fantastic family membership package, £125 per month, which covers 2 adults and up to 3 children under 16. This represents excellent value for money and includes access to all facilities and classes. Children under 12 must be supervised by an adult at all times. Corporate memberships are available for businesses wanting to promote employee wellness. Companies enrolling 10 or more staff members receive a 15% discount on individual membership rates. We've already partnered with several local businesses, and the feedback has been overwhelmingly positive. As this is our opening month, we're running some special promotional offers. Anyone who signs up for an annual membership before the end of this month will receive 3 months free, which represents significant savings. Additionally, all new members this month will receive a complimentary fitness assessment with one of our qualified personal trainers, and nutrition consultation, and a sports center water bottle and towel. Our personal training team consists of 8 highly experienced trainers, each with different specializations. Whether you're interested in weight loss, muscle building, sports-specific training, or training for a particular event like a marathon, we have experts who can help you achieve your goals. Personal training sessions cost £45 for a 1-hour session, but we offer discounted packages if you've got multiple sessions in advance. We've also partnered with a nutritionist who visits the center 3 times a week and is available for private consultations. Many people find that combining exercise with proper nutrition guidance accelerates their progress significantly. For your convenience, we have a well-stocked pro shop on the ground floor, selling everything from workout clothing and trainers to supplements and healthy snacks. Members receive a 10% discount on all purchases. There's also a juice bar serving fresh smoothies, protein shakes, and light healthy meals. Childcare is something we consider carefully during our planning phase. We have a supervised crash facility that operates Monday through Friday from 8 in the morning until noon, and again from 4 until 7 in the evening. This service costs just £5 per child per session, making it affordable for parents who want to maintain their fitness routine. Security and safety are paramount here at Riverside. The entire facility is monitored by CCTV, and we have secure locker rooms with individual lockers available. We also have 2 qualified first aids on duty at all times, and our staff undergo regular safety training. Before I finish, I want to mention our member events and social activities. We're planning to organize regular social events, charity fundraisers, and fitness challenges throughout the year. These are great opportunities to meet other members and stay motivated. Next month, we're hosting a charity swim-a-thon, and we'd love to see as many participants as possible. If you'd like to sign up today or have any questions, our membership team is available at the front desk. We also have application forms available, and you can complete these at home and return them to convenience. Thank you so much for your interest in Riverside Sports and Fitness Center, and I hope to see you here very soon, working towards your fitness goals. This recording is published by Langogh, 2025. This recording is copyright. This is the IELTS Listening Test. You will hear a number of different recordings and you will have to answer questions on what you hear. There will be time for you to read the instructions and questions and you will have a chance to check your work. All the recordings will be played once only. You will hear a conversation between two or more people. You will be asked to answer questions based on the conversation. You will have 30 seconds to read the questions before the recording begins. Now listen carefully and answer questions.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today we're discussing research methodologies for your thesis project. The key is selecting methods that align with your research questions and objectives, not simply following trends or preferences. Maya, you're exploring educational psychology. What's your current thinking on methodology?
I'm leaning toward qualitative approaches, Professor. My research examines how students experience anxiety during examinations, and I believe qualitative methods provide rich, detailed insights into human experiences that numbers alone can't capture.
That's interesting, Maya. I'm taking a quantitative approach for my thesis on social media usage patterns. I need statistical data to identify correlations and trends across large populations. However, I'm concerned that quantitative approaches may overlook contextual factors and nuances that could be significant.
I've been considering both. My research on workplace motivation could benefit from surveys of breadth and interviews of depth. Mixed methods can compensate for individual weaknesses, right, Professor?
Absolutely, Sophia. Mixed methods triangulation strengthens research validity. However, it demands more resources and sophisticated analytical skills. Ryan, your concern about missing nuances is valid. Quantitative research risks oversimplifying complex phenomena if you're not careful with questionnaire design.
That's exactly my worry. There's also potential for researcher bias in questionnaire design. If I frame questions poorly, I might inadvertently lead participants towards certain responses.
Qualitative research isn't immune to bias either. When conducting semi-structured interviews, my own perspectives could influence how I interpret participants' narratives. How do we maintain objectivity, Professor?
Excellent question. Reflexivity is crucial. Document your assumptions, use peer debriefing, and consider method checking by participants' review your interpretations. Maya, for your study on examination anxiety, semi-structured interviews would be highly suitable for exploratory research.
Would focus group discussions also work for exploratory purposes? I'm thinking they might generate diverse perspectives on workplace motivation through group dynamics.
Indeed, focus groups encourage participant interaction that can reveal shared understandings and disagreements. They're particularly valuable for exploratory research when you're mapping out phenomenons and dimensions before deeper investigation.
What about sample size? I've read that quantitative studies need large samples for statistical power, but how many participants should quantitative studies include?
Focus on achieving data saturation rather than large numbers in qualitative work. This occurs when new data no longer generates new insights. Typically, this happens between 12 to 20 in-depth interviews, though it varies. For quantitative studies, calculate required sample size based on your statistical tests and desired confidence levels.
I'm planning approximately 15 interviews with students who experience severe examination anxiety. Should I use purposive sampling to ensure participants have relevant experiences?
Purposive sampling is appropriate here. You're seeking information-rich cases. Document your selection criteria clearly and explain how participants meet your study's requirements. This transparency strengthens credibility.
For my mixed methods approach, should I collect quantitative data first to identify patterns, then use qualitative methods to explore why those patterns exist?
That's explanatory sequential design, which works well. Alternatively, you could use convergent design, collecting both simultaneously and comparing results. Your choice depends on whether you want quantitative data to explain quantitative findings or to corroborate them.
What data collection techniques work best for online populations? My study targets social media users across different platforms, making face-to-face contact impractical.
Online survey questionnaires offer cost-effectiveness and wide reach. However, response rates can be problematic. Consider incentivization strategies and multiple follow-up contacts. Ensure your survey design is mobile-friendly since many participants will respond via smartphones.
I'm concerned about ethical considerations, particularly regarding student vulnerability when assessing anxiety. How do I ensure participants feel safe sharing sensitive experiences?
Ethics must be your paramount concern. Obtaining genuine informed consent from participants means explaining potential psychological risks, ensuring voluntary participation without coercion, and providing access to counseling resources. You must also guarantee confidentiality through secure data storage and participant anonymization.
Should we submit ethics applications before finalizing our methodologies, or develop detailed protocols first?
Develop comprehensive protocols including participant information sheets, consent forms, and data management plans before submission. Ethics committees need detailed information to assess potential risks. This process often reveals methodology weaknesses, so start early.
How should we handle data storage and protection? I'll be collecting potentially identifiable information through demographic questions.
Store data on encrypted, password-protected devices. Separate identifying information from research data using participant codes. Specify retention periods and discussion methods in your ethics application. University data protection officers can advise on compliance with privacy regulations.
What about analyzing qualitative data? I'm overwhelmed by potential approaches like thematic analysis, grounded theory, and phenomenology.
Your research question determines your analytical approach. For understanding of experiences of examination anxiety, interpretive phenomenological analysis suits your aims. It focuses on how individuals make sense of significant experiences. Thematic analysis offers more flexibility if you're identifying patterns across your dataset.
How do we demonstrate rigor in qualitative research when we can't use statistical tests?
Establish credibility through prolonged engagement, persistent observation, and triangulation. Provide thick descriptions allowing readers to assess transferability. Maintain detailed audit trails documenting analytical decisions. These strategies parallel quantitative concepts of validity and reliability while respecting qualitative research's interpretive nature.
For quantitative analysis, should I hire a statistician or learn the software myself?
Understanding your own data analysis strengthens your research competence. University statistics workshops can teach necessary skills. However, consulting statisticians during design phases prevents analytical problems later. They'll help select appropriate tests and calculate required sample sizes.
When should we schedule data collection? I'm concerned about academic time affecting student availability.
Consider your population's rhythms. Examination periods might intensify anxiety experiences, providing rich data, but ethical concerns about additional stress during vulnerable times require careful consideration. Perhaps collect data shortly after examination periods when experiences remain fresh but stress has diminished.
How detailed should our methodology chapters be? Should we justify every minor decision?
Provide sufficient detail for replication while maintaining readability. Justify making methodological choices with theoretical and practical rationales. Acknowledge limitations honestly, explaining how you minimize their impact. This transparency demonstrates methodological sophistication rather than weakness.
Should pilot testing be mandatory before full-scale data collection?
Absolutely. Pilot studies identify ambiguous questions, technical issues, and timing problems. For surveys, test with 5 to 10 participants representing your target population. For interviews, conduct 2 or 3 pilots to refine your questioning technique and ensure your protocol generates useful data. Build piloting time into your project timeline.
What if we discover methodological problems mid-study? Can we modify our approach?
Minor adjustments are acceptable if documented and justified. Major changes require ethics committee amendments and may compromise data comparability. This underscores the importance of thorough planning and piloting. Flexibility exists, but systematic documentation of all modifications is essential to maintain research integrity and allowing readers to evaluate your work appropriately.
This recording is published by Langogh, 2025. This recording is copyright. This is the IELTS Listening Test. You will hear a number of different recordings and you will have to answer questions on what you hear. There will be time for you to read the instructions and questions and you will have a chance to check your work. All the recordings will be played once only. You will hear a man or woman speaking to a group of people. You will be asked to answer questions based on the recording. You will have 30 seconds to read the questions before the recording begins. Now listen carefully and answer questions. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to today's lecture on public health, where we'll be examining one of the most pressing challenges facing modern societies, the dramatic rise of lifestyle diseases. Over the next several minutes, I'll guide you through the various factors contributing to this epidemic, explore prevention strategies, discuss how healthcare systems are responding, and conclude with some critical policy recommendations. So, let's begin by understanding what we mean by lifestyle diseases and why they've become such a significant concern in the 21st century. Lifestyle diseases, also known as non-communicable diseases or chronic diseases, are medical conditions primarily caused by the way people live their lives. These include cardiovascular diseases, type 2 diabetes, certain cancers, chronic respiratory diseases, and obesity. Unlike infectious diseases that are transmitted from person to person, lifestyle diseases develop over time, often as a result of poor dietary choices, lack of physical activity, tobacco use, and excessive alcohol consumption. What's particularly alarming is that these diseases, which were once predominantly associated with wealthy nations, are now spreading rapidly across all socioeconomic levels and geographical regions. Let me start by discussing the contributing factors. First and foremost is our dietary transformation. Over the past 5 decades, there has been a fundamental shift in global eating patterns. Traditional diets rich in whole grains, fresh vegetables, and natural proteins have been replaced by diets dominated by processed foods. These processed foods are typically high in refined sugars, unhealthy fats, and sodium, while being deficient in essential nutrients and fiber. The convenience and affordability of fast food, coupled with aggressive marketing strategies, have made these products a staple in many households. This dietary shift is directly linked to the rising rates of obesity, diabetes, and cardiovascular disease worldwide. Moving on to physical activity, or rather, the lack thereof. The World Health Organization recommends that adults engage in at least 150 minutes of moderate-intensity exercise per week. However, current data suggests that the average person achieves only 90 minutes of physical activity weekly, falling significantly short of this target. The reasons for this are multifaceted. Urbanization has created environments where walking and cycling are often impractical or unsafe. The proliferation of automobiles means that even short distances are frequently traveled by car rather than on foot. Additionally, recreational activities have become increasingly screen-based, with television, computers, and mobile devices dominating leisure time. The nature of work has also undergone a profound transformation. We've witnessed a substantial rise in sedentary occupations over the past century. Manufacturing and agricultural jobs, which once required considerable physical exertion, have been largely replaced by service sector positions that involve sitting at desks for 8 hours or more each day. This occupational shift has contributed significantly to reduced overall physical activity levels in the population. Even when people are aware of the health risks associated with prolonged sitting, the demands of modern work often leave little room for movement during the working day. Another critical factor that's often overlooked is sleep deprivation. Quality sleep is fundamental to maintaining good health, yet many adults regularly sleep less than 7 hours per night. Chronic sleep deprivation has been linked to numerous health problems, including weakened immune function, increased risk of diabetes, higher blood pressure, and greater likelihood of obesity. The causes of inadequate sleep are varied: demanding work schedules, increased screen time before bed, high stress levels, and a cultural tendency to view sleep as a luxury rather than a necessity. The blue light emitted by electronic devices disrupts our natural circadian rhythms, making it harder to fall asleep and reducing sleep quality. Now, let's turn our attention to prevention strategies and how healthcare systems are responding to this crisis. One of the most promising approaches involves community-based programs that focus on nutritional education initiatives. These programs aim to increase public awareness about healthy eating, teach practical cooking skills, and help communities access fresh, affordable produce. Many successful initiatives have partnered with local schools, workplaces, and community centers to reach diverse populations. The evidence shows that when people understand the connection between diet and health, and have the resources to make better choices, significant improvements in health outcomes can be achieved. A fundamental shift is occurring in healthcare philosophy, moving from reactive treatment to preventive care. Traditionally, medical systems have focused on treating diseases after they develop. However, this approach is both costly and less effective than prevention. Progressive healthcare systems are now investing in preventive measures, regular health screenings, early intervention programs, and patient education about risk factors. By identifying and addressing potential health issues before they become serious, we can improve patient outcomes while simultaneously reducing the burden on healthcare resources. This preventive approach requires a long-term perspective and sustained investment, but the benefits far outweigh the costs. Workplace interventions represent another crucial strategy. Forward-thinking employers are implementing comprehensive wellness programs that go beyond traditional health insurance. These programs might include on-site fitness facilities, healthy cafeteria options, standing desks, walking meetings, stress management workshops, and incentives for employees who participate in health-promoting activities. The business case for such programs is compelling. Healthier employees are more productive, take fewer sick days, and have lower healthcare costs. Several multinational corporations have reported substantial returns on investment from their workplace wellness initiatives. Finally, I want to address policy recommendations that could make a significant difference at the societal level. Urban planning plays a crucial role in promoting active lifestyles. Cities need to create more cycling infrastructure, including dedicated bike lanes, secure bicycle parking, and bike-sharing programs. Pedestrian-friendly neighborhoods with safe sidewalks, crosswalks, and reduced traffic speeds encourage walking as a mode of transportation. Green spaces and parks provide venues for recreation and exercise. These infrastructure investments not only promote physical activity but also reduce air pollution, and create more livable communities. Regarding food industry regulation, there's a growing consensus that mandatory nutritional labeling on products is essential. Clear, standardized labels help consumers make informed choices about what they eat. Some countries have implemented traffic light labeling systems, where red, amber, and green indicators quickly communicate whether a product is high, medium, or low in key nutrients like sugar, salt, and saturated fat. There's also discussion about restricting the marketing of unhealthy foods to children, implementing taxes on sugary beverages, and providing subsidies for fresh fruits and vegetables to make them more accessible to low-income families. Lastly, public awareness must be enhanced through national health campaigns. Governments, in collaboration with public health organizations, need to launch sustained, well-funded campaigns that educate the public about lifestyle disease risks and promote healthy behaviors. These campaigns should be evidence-based, culturally appropriate, and delivered through multiple channels including television, social media, schools, and healthcare settings. Success stories from countries like Finland and Australia demonstrate that comprehensive, long-term public health campaigns can achieve measurable changes in population health behaviors. In conclusion, the rise of lifestyle diseases represents one of the greatest public health challenges of our time. However, it's also largely preventable. By addressing the underlying factors, implementing effective prevention strategies, transforming healthcare delivery, and enacting supportive policies, we can reverse current trends and create healthier societies. This requires commitment from individuals, communities, healthcare providers, employers, and governments working together toward a common goal. Thank you for your attention today, and I hope this lecture has provided you with valuable insights into this critical public health issue.
Visit langogh.com to view the answers to these questions or to access more tests.